Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to be going over support scrapper, or all the green numbers. For our gear, we're going to be looking at full minstrels, healing infusions, nothing particularly crazy there. Antitoxin runes, these are kind of the core of the build. They cause you to remove an additional condition whenever you remove one condition or more. So all of your condition clear that removes one condition in an AoE now remove two, and if it's a pulsing condition removal, it removes two per pulse. There's no internal cooldown on it. For your sigils, you're going to use transference and benevolence just to have the highest amount of outgoing healing that you can. And on your food, you're going to be running bountiful maintenance oil and delicious rice balls. Also something fun, the 90 loot bags here from Reset, so this has plenty of tagging potential. You'll still get plenty of loot and do a lot of healing while you're at it. Alright, so here we have your trait lines. We have inventions here, then alchemy, and then scrapper. For inventions, we're going to be looking at your cleansing synergy. This and reconstruction enclosure causes two conditions to be removed from everybody around you, and this causes protection to be given to everybody around you. It's on a 17-second cooldown, so it's actually pretty good. I know some people like using hammer over shield. I think it's kind of a waste. The shield skills are fantastic. It gives you an extra blast finisher, which synergizes with your traits. And your shield 5 can be used with bulwark gyro, which stops you from taking any of the damage that's getting redirected to you. So you could run hammer if you want to. Pistol shield, I think, gives you more to offer the group. Pistol is kind of trash. There's really not a whole lot around it. But yeah. Here we have Soothing Detonation. I know this is another contentious trait. Some people choose Mecha Legs. Doesn't make any fucking sense to me to pick this because you're never going to have any of these conditions on you longer than a second or two anyway. So the reduction is unimportant and the movement speed is also unimportant because you always have swiftness. As soon as somebody puts cripple on you, you have permanent swiftness. So this is just a little bit of extra healing for your group. This is just extra healing power whenever you have regeneration. Kind of cool. Kind of bland. And Medical Dispersion Field shares all healing that you receive at half strength to everybody around you. What's great about this is, let's say you blast a water field, right? You throw down your blast finisher and then throw down a water field. So you get the group healing from the blasting a water field. You get a second group heal from Soothing Detonation, and both of them affect you, which cause you to share out a second heal at half strength to everybody else around you. So blasting any of your fields causes you to shit out healing. And there's really no loss because you weren't gaining anything with Mecha Legs anyway. In Alchemy, we have Lesser Elixir B, which is just going to give you some boons on a 30-second cooldown, essentially. Combined with compounding chemicals, that means you get heals, and it's per stack of boon. So this doesn't give you 4 heals, this gives you 8 heals, because the 5 stacks of might counted individually. Health insurance is a flat 10% outgoing healing increase and an additional 10% when you're in your med kit. So that's kind of a no-brainer. Elixir C comes with it. Instead of removing 2, this actually removes 3 from you. Just a little bit of something extra for you. Comeback here causes any condition you remove to grant regeneration. So with Antitoxin runes, every time that you remove a condition, this is actually giving 12 seconds of regeneration. Again, just a little bit of healing whenever you grant yourself a boon. You'll see at the end of the video in the gameplay how often this is triggering. It'll show up as a field of green numbers just showing up all over the screen. And a little bit of extra concentration. This is the main reason to run Heal Scrapper, the Purity of Purpose trait. This means that every condition that you remove turns back into a boon, and it's also affected by your Antitoxin runes. So whenever you remove any condition, it removes a second condition, turns both of those conditions into boons, and then grants 2 stacks of regeneration. This is absurd amounts of boon output. Not only is it ridiculous cleansing, but all of those cleanses turn back into boons, so it counters Scourge Corrupts completely. It's as if they didn't even have Scourges. It wouldn't make a difference. The other important ones to remember here is going to be your Burning turning into Aegis. This means that if you have Scrappers in your group, and let's say you're up against a burn guard with Permeating Wrath that causes AoE burning on every third strike. If they coat your entire Zerg in burning, it really just gets converted right over to Aegis and you become immortal. So this destroys anybody who's running a Firebrand, a burn Firebrand or a burn guard with Permeating Wrath. So long as you have a couple of scrappers in your party, what they're actually doing is just helping you to survive better. They aren't doing a damn thing to you. In the scrapper trait line, we got your function gyro, shocking speed, which now increases the size of your gyros, since they're now wells. It also grants super speed on the final pulse, so that's nice if you chain them together and you stagger them well. You can just run around with super speed up for every single push. When you successfully revive an ally or finish an enemy, you gain barrier and super speed to nearby allies. Kind of neat, not crazy useful. Rapid regeneration is fantastic. With the healing power from regen and from your food, this goes up over 600 healing per second with super speed. So long as you're getting super speed and upkeeping super speed, this just pumps out healing around you. Because this is also affected by your medical dispersion field. Impact Savant means that you get 15% stronger barriers from all the scourges in your group, which is pretty useful, but kind of bland. And Applied Force. The main reason for this one is it's a, 45% uptime for for quickness, which means that while you're sitting in your med kit here, this will have quickness the entire time that you're using it, especially if you have quick brands in your comp. It means that you're just going to be able to sit here on your med blaster, and every 3/4 of a second you're pumping out like 10k healing. So this is pretty impressive with quickness. All right, let's take a look at the toolbar here. We have your pistol skills. They all fucking suck. 900 range, you can use this one, I guess, if you want to, or this one. This is kind of nice for tagging. Pistol 3 is kind of nice for tagging. 2 has almost no use at all. Both of your shield skills are going to share out protection. What's great about this one is it's also a blast finisher. So if you pop it, you'll reflect from around you, then you can explode it out inside of one of your fields for extra cleansing and extra healing. Your shield 5 is a great 2-second block for you, and it stuns people that you are attacked by. So let's say that you're running into a Zerg and you pop your Bulwark Gyro. Well, as soon as you pop that, it starts redirecting all the damage from your friends to you. If you also pop your Shield 5, it blocks all that damage completely, so it just cancels it out. It's as if the whole time this is up, everybody in your party is taking 33% less damage, and it just goes into nothing. It makes it a really strong skill. The additional effect is when you're running through the enemy Zerg and you have your Shield 5 up, any of them that are hitting you, so any of those Scourges that are using Desert Shroud, this will stun them for a second, so it'll interrupt them if they don't have any stability. If they do, it'll strip a stack off stability. So it's a good combo to use when you're running into a push. On your tool belt here, we have Bandage Self, which again removes 2 conditions from everybody around you and grants protection. I know it doesn't say it on the tooltip, but it does it. Here's your 1 stun break, which is unfortunate. It's not a 35-second cooldown. Ideally, just don't get stunned in the first place. You can change out something else if you wanted to. You could lose the Purge Gyro. I wouldn't lose E-Gun. And I honestly don't like losing the Purge Gyro because it's incredibly strong. Really, you should be relying on your Guardians to keep stability up, and this is kind of your oh shit button. Chemical Field is kind of shit as well, which is why I'd recommend if you're going to get rid of anything, get rid of the Purge Gyro. Yeah, I drop this on top of enemies as we're rolling over them. So like if they have downs, I throw this onto them so that they don't get any extra healing from MI. That negative heal effectiveness can help keep downs down, and it also gives you free tags. Otherwise, this has almost no use. It's really a lackluster skill. This is, however, a fantastic skill. 3 stacks of stability for 9.5 seconds. Blocks missiles while it's up. 25-second cooldown. That's the shit, man. That's some good stuff. You want to alternate with your Guardians on doing this. Let's say the Firebrand uses Stand Your Ground or stabs up for the first push. You're going to cover the second push on a Scrapper using Defense Field, and then you can just rotate back and forth. Detection Pulse, 20-second cooldown for 6 seconds of reveal, 1200 range, which is awesome. If you see an enemy group go into their stealth gyros, or if you see them veil, just fucking pop it. 1200 range will give you a nice heads up as to where they're moving to. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the med kit here. Your number 1 skill is your med blaster. This is going to heal everybody around you, or excuse me, heal everybody in front of you, 600 range, 3 pulses, and if you have quickness, that means that it's a pulse every quarter second. This can keep up 10k healing per second just on its own. It's got 5 targets. It's pretty great stuff. This is going to be your bread and butter. Whenever you don't have anything else to use, or whenever you need just some sustained healing, this is the move. Bandage blast, usually I just throw it into the middle of our Zerg. If you're trying to heal a particular person with it, this is how close you have to be. So about right here. It's about 200 units, maybe 300 units. So you can use it for that. Honestly, I just throw it into the middle of the Zerg because it's not worth taking the time to try and pick out one particular person who needs it. Cleansing Field is fantastic. It's got a 15-second cooldown, 4 pulses. Each pulse removes 2 conditions from all of the allies that are within it. There's no target cap. So you throw this down on a push, and everybody in your Zerg who's running through it gets cleansed. Vital Burst is going to be some quick healing. Usually either use 4 or 3 and 5 together. 3 and 5 together is the bigger heal. 4 is the faster heal. It's got a quarter-second cast time, 20-second cooldown. Your Medkit 5 is a blast finisher and gives vigor and swiftness and regen. The vigor is kind of cool. The rest of it's kind of unimportant. When you use it, you want to throw down your 5 and then follow it up with 3. As long as you press one, then the other, it's going to blast that water field, which, again, if we look at our traits, means that you heal everybody from the water field, then you heal everybody from the soothing detonation, then with the medical dispersion field, it heals them a 3rd and 4th time. So that's a really big heal to pop right there. I think usually it ends up being 10k or so on each player. It's pretty significant. In the elixir gun, we've got Super Elixir, 20-second cooldown, great pulse heal. It's a light field that you can continue to blast for more condition removal. Removes 2 conditions by itself per target. So kind of nice to throw down whenever you have a second. Acid Bomb is great as far as it being a blast finisher on a low cooldown. You can also use it as a mobility skill. So let's see here. So I don't fall. If I'm running forward, I can hit about face and then pop it. Get a little bit of extra distance, a little bit of extra speed, and it'll blast whatever field that I'm going across. So as you're running, it's cool to throw out a Super Elixir and then about face and hit Acid Bomb. So that'll let you keep up with the Zerg while cleansing everybody and putting down a nice little healing field. Fumigate has a 12-second cooldown, and it clears 50 conditions off of your group, turns them back into boons. Especially if you have quickness with this, then it's going to be like a 1-second cast time. So pretty absurd. 5 targets, and this will also focus on whoever it is that you have targeted. Last skills are going to be your Purge Gyro, which is a 20-second cooldown, gives super speed out, and cleanses 2 conditions from each ally for 5 seconds. So this follows you around, gives you a little bit of light field. You can blast it for additional 3 conditions cleansed. Really useful stuff. Bulwark Gyro causes 33% of the damage that your nearby allies would take to be redirected to you. So again, as soon as you pop that, you really want to hold your Shield 5. So by the time it goes off, you've actually got almost 8k barrier. And this will block all the damage that's incoming from the Bulwark Gyro. So you block it all off, and then your group doesn't take any damage. You don't take any damage. You have a bunch of barrier on top to give you a little bit of extra survivability. I like using it on the initial push because everybody still has their cooldowns up at that point, and this will stop us from having to use them. The Sneak Gyro, again, optional. You can run it with Supply Crate if you want to. I know some people like Mortar Kit too, but if you have enough scrappers to throw one in every party and you pop a Sneak Gyro, then this will stack up to 18 seconds or 13 seconds, but you're still stacking for 5 of those seconds. So this actually gives you 18 total seconds of stealth for everybody around you, and a 360 field is really big. It gives you almost 50% uptime on stealth. You can use this for stealth engages. You can use this for getting out of combat. You can get this for turning around a push. Like let's say that you push through the enemy group and then you all pop sneak gyro again. Now you've just disappeared off the face of the earth. The enemy doesn't know whether you're going to come right back in or if you're running away. So this has a lot of tactical use. As far as raw output goes, the supply crate with medpack drop is of course going to be the strongest. I don't know. The impact on sneak gyro though makes it pretty difficult to not use. It's a pretty strong skill. So some stuff to remember here: your purge gyro, your elixir gun 3, and your medkit 3 are your big condition removal tools. You want to make sure you don't have all 3 of them up at the same time. So you wouldn't want to do like pop those 2 and then fumigate, because now you have no condition removal for the next 10 seconds. Instead, what you want to do is stagger them. So you might start out with the medkit 3, wait 5 seconds, then purge gyro, wait 5 seconds, then elixir gun, then as soon as it comes back off again, use your medkit 3. So that way you can keep rotating through and your group doesn't run out of stability or run out of cleansing. This also allows you to reboon your entire Zerg. You'll see in the video I've got the cleanses up. You can see what kind of cleansing it does, so what kind of boon generation it's putting out. Let's take a look at some gameplay.
I got a hole in my chest, the water's up to my neck, yeah. It seems the older I get, the more that I stress. I don't know if I'm doing my best, 'cause I'm still losing my breath, yeah. Where's my life going? Feel frozen. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Think I'm running out of time. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm just trying to stay alive, and I need some air. It's my only prayer, 'cause I can't breathe. Yeah, I can't breathe. And I need some air. It's my only prayer. Yeah, I can't breathe. Yeah, I can't. I need some hope before I choke, before I'm sorry. Inhale your love to fill my lungs, to fill my body. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Think I'm running out of time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm just trying to stay alive, and I need some air. It's my only prayer, 'cause I can't breathe. Yeah, 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 I can't breathe. And I need some air. It's my only prayer, 'cause I can't breathe. Yeah, I can't breathe. I got a hole in my chest, the water's up to my neck. It seems the older I get, the more that I stress. Lord knows if I'm doing my best, but I keep losing my breath. Please don't let me drown. I can't. Yeah, I can't breathe. 'Cause I can't breathe. 'Cause I can't breathe. Yeah, I can't breathe. Yeah, I can't.